15 mods worth checking out in one go. Hey everyone, in this episode I've got 15 mods released or updated in August that I think will make great additions to your mod packs. Hopefully you'll find a few gems to try out, so let's get started. Trotting Wagons brings us 3 beautifully crafted medieval-style horse-drawn wagons, and honestly, this might be one of the best vehicle mods I've come across recently. To get started, you'll need to hitch 2 horses to a wagon. Once they're successfully bound, the wagon becomes fully operational. The mod also gives you a riding whip, which lets you control the speed and direction of the wagon with smooth and responsive animations, even when navigating steep terrain. But the real game changer? Cargo transport. If a mob is nearby, you can sneak and right-click to throw them into the wagon. Each wagon can hold 5 to 6 mobs. It's perfect for creating cinematic prisoner transport scenes or just moving livestock efficiently. You can also customize the color of your wagons using wool and repair them with iron ingots. Plus, each wagon comes with its own stats, different speed, health, and storage capacity, so you can pick the one that best suits your journey. With its polished animations and functional depth, this is the kind of mod that feels destined to become a staple in many medieval or adventure-themed mod packs. Definitely give it a spin if you haven't already. Fauna and Orchestra brings us 5 charming, tameable animals, each scattered across different biomes of the overworld, every one of them deeply tied to the theme of music, just as the name suggests. Alongside these critters, the mod also introduces 5 unique instruments, each craftable with basic materials. By playing their distinct notes, we can win the hearts of the animals and tame them. Once tamed, the animals can equip the instruments themselves and play them with smooth, well-made animations. There's a twist when it comes to taming the frogs. Among them, one will spawn as a conductor. This special frog is the only one that can be tamed, and it acts as the leader of the orchestra. Because each animal spawns in a different biome, the mod also provides a transport crate to help players safely relocate their musical companions. Once all 5 are tamed and placed together, you can give the conductor frog a music sheet, and just like that, under its baton, the rest of the group will start performing a full ensemble piece. If you're building a stage or setting up a performance area, they make for an excellent visual and ambient addition. If you're looking for a refreshing and decorative twist on pet collecting, this mod is definitely worth a try. If you remember the adorable hamster pets mod I covered earlier, then don't miss out on its latest update. First up, hamsters have gotten better at treasure hunting. Tamed hamsters can now detect valuable items lying on the ground. But instead of politely returning them, they'll grab the loot and sprint off, turning it into a playful chase. During this mini-game, the hamster will try its best to dodge your attempts to catch it, and if you fail to grab it in time, it'll smugly drop the item nearby, as if mocking you. The second addition is the introduction of steamed edamame. Once fed, the hamster will start zipping around its owner in circles, gaining a temporary boost in speed and combat ability. Yes, these little guys can now pack more of a punch. And finally, if you launch a hamster from your shoulder by feeding it cheese like before, its launch speed is now doubled, making it an even more effective and hilarious projectile. Pneumatic equipment introduces a full set of air-powered gear that runs entirely on compressed air stored in a back tank from Create. Once you equip the back tank on your back, the entire system kicks into action. The pneumatic boots and leggings let you dash and even fly, offering smoother, more dynamic exploration by converting air pressure into mobility. Then there's the pneumatic pickaxe and axe. Both come with satisfying animations and a unique mechanic. Even when they break, they retain all their enchantments, making them far more forgiving than vanilla tools. In the latest update, the mod adds the air gun, which can be loaded with a large batch of arrows and then fired in rapid succession. It offers much higher efficiency and a faster pace than traditional bows. To keep your gear running, you'll need to recharge your back tank. The air vent passively draws air into a fluid tank, and by standing on the air dispenser, you can fully refill your back tank in seconds. Overall, it's a fantastic tech-side add-on for Create fans looking to add mobility and combat upgrades without straying from the mod's mechanical roots. Next up is a clean and practical add-on for Create, introducing a brand new steampunk-style glider that fits seamlessly into the mechanical aesthetic. it unfolds into a beautifully animated set of wings, complete with spinning gear details. While it functions similarly to the vanilla Elytra in terms of gameplay, its biggest advantage is that it doesn't require fireworks to take flight. All you need to do is hold down the spacebar while airborne. The glider will start charging up, and the wing flaps grow more powerful with longer charge time, allowing you to control both the force and distance of your flight. Because it's craftable early on, even before reaching the end for Elytra, this glider serves as a fantastic alternative. If you're playing a Create-based mod pack, this one's definitely worth adding to your toolkit. Next up is an add-on for Timeless and Class 0 that truly shines, literally, when used at night. This add-on introduces dynamic muzzle flash lighting for all firearms. Once installed, you'll notice that every single shot you fire is accompanied by a brief burst of light. The muzzle flash doesn't just look good, it actually illuminates the surrounding darkness for a split second. What's great is that this effect isn't limited to just the base mod's weapons. It also fully supports firearms added by any compatible gun add-on, making it a seamless enhancement across the board. If you remember the Ravenous from one of my earlier showcases, its creator has recently dropped a pretty exciting update. For those who missed it, the Ravenous is an alien-like creature that evolves through 6 distinct stages during combat, each with beautifully detailed transformation animations. By the final stage, it becomes a relentless predator with brutal damage output and terrifying chase speed, making it a nightmare to face with just vanilla weapons. Perhaps to even the odds a little, the latest update introduces a brand new countermeasure, the Repellent horn. After a short charge up, the horn emits a loud, piercing noise. Since the Ravenous is completely blind and relies entirely on hearing, this sound throws it off for a few precious moments. Whether you use that window to run or to go in for the kill, your chances of survival just got a whole lot better. If you've been struggling against this beast, now's the perfect time to update the mod and put that horn to the test. More Critters introduces 10 new creatures that spawn across different biomes, and now we can encounter them in all 3 dimensions, each with its own unique mechanics. Let's take a closer look. First, in the desert, you'll find the flat bun bugs. When they sense movement, they quickly bury themselves in the sand. Their behavior is simple, but if you happen to spot one, consider it a fine source of edible meat. Moving to the snowy plains, you can now discover the lairs of the snowflake spider. These spiders are only hostile at night, and defeating them yields special freezing string. This material can be crafted into a throwable web sack that, upon hitting a target, wraps and immobilizes it. Shriek bats now appear in deep slate layers, hanging upside down from ceilings in a dormant state. Their attack method is unusual. They circle around you, using sound waves to cause disorientation. Defeating them drops their wings, which can be crafted into shriek bombs. These bombs release a powerful sound wave when thrown, making them useful for luring targets. In the Badlands, you might come across infected creatures. When killed, their bodies erupt with tree blossoms, small flowers that rush toward you and explode like creepers. However, their drops can be used to grow a special plant that blooms at night and continually spawns tree blossoms to attack nearby monsters. Planting them around your home could be a clever way to defend your base. The bounce lizard is a blue lizard found in jungles, and anything that touches its back, whether a creature or a dropped item, gets bounced away. To enhance this trait, you can find bounce berries in the jungle. Feeding a bounce berry to a bounce lizard puts it into a sleeping state, making it even bouncier. How you choose to use this effect is up to your imagination. Sting carp is a medium-large fish that constantly emits electrical currents. When you attack it, if you notice sparks flying, you can try to capture the electricity in a bottle. The collected electricity can be crafted into a taser gun, a pistol that fires electric shocks from range, or into an electric blossom bush. Similar to the previous blossom bush, this electric version spawns electrified tree blossoms at night to help guard your base. Balloon rats now roam the Badlands. When a creature approaches, they inflate their internal gas sacs and release a strong poisonous gas for defense. By collecting these gas sacs, you can modify vanilla potions into new types of negative effect potions. These potions have fun and unique effects, so feel free to experiment with them. Moving to the Nether, you can find warp traps lurking underground in warped forests, ambushing Endermen who come near. Although friendly creatures, their drops allow you to craft armor and shields that reflect damage back to attackers. In the end, a glowing creature called Shimmerwing spawns, weaving cocoons on the branches of chorus plants. These eventually grow into shimmerworms. Getting close to them grants you an end blessing that boosts your jump height and gives you a slow falling effect. The final creature appears on the Mushroom Island, where you can now find a fossil. Near this fossil grow 2 new types of mushrooms. By gathering these mushrooms, you can brew a potion that brings the fossil back to life. Under the potion's effect, the fossil gradually grows flesh and eventually becomes a giant land bird known as the minkshroom. The minkshroom attacks any adventurer it sees with its claws and beak, and sometimes summons fungal zombies. Defeating it yields drops used to craft a fungal staff that can either infect targets or heal the user. This creature's mechanics are quite complex. If you prepare 2 special meals using the mushrooms mentioned earlier and feed them to a stunned minkshroom, it will transform into one of 2 alternate forms. One is the Fright Shroom, a decayed, slow-moving but stronger monster that can spit corrosive flesh. The other form is the Night Shroom, a rare and loyal pet that grows more powerful at night if fed life stew. Overall, every creature in this mod is pretty interesting, with mechanics and animations that are well above average. If you like what you see, consider adding them to your mod pack for a fresh dose of new wildlife. Epic Buildings brings a complete overhaul to Minecraft's vanilla village system, transforming humble settlements into sprawling medieval-style towns. While still built using vanilla blocks, the architecture now leans heavily into a more rustic, RPG-inspired aesthetic, making these villages perfect for story-driven or exploration-focused mod packs. Each structure feels handcrafted, with a layout that makes villages feel lived in and immersive. Honestly, they could easily serve as main cities or quest hubs without any extra tweaking. On the compatibility front, it performs remarkably well. In my testing, these revamped villages generate smoothly alongside major terrain mods, with no clipping issues or awkward placements in mountains or rivers. That said, the current version only includes reworks for plains, taiga, and snowy villages. But with 2 more biomes in development, there's definitely more to look forward to if you like what you see so far. If you've been playing Iron Spells and Spellbooks, chances are you've already come across the wildly popular add-on, Alshanex's Familiars, and it just got a brand new update. This time, the spotlight is on the Frostling Familiar, a frosty little companion that spawns in cold biomes. Once tamed with a bit of arcane essence, it'll loyally follow you into battle. The Frostling isn't just cute, it's a solid combat ally that can cast a wide range of ice-themed spells, from hurling ice shards and summoning icicles above enemies to raising icy barriers for defense. Even better, once it joins your side, you gain the ability to walk on water thanks to its passive freezing effect. Perfect for exploration or even some nether traversal with creative use. The update also adds a familiar totem, which lets a familiar cheat death once. Definitely a must-have if you're running high-risk content. And finally, the summoning system has received a huge overhaul. You can now carry up to 10 familiars at once, thanks to a new selection menu that lets you view, summon, or dismiss them individually. It's a much more streamlined way to manage your magical companions. So if you haven't updated the mod yet, go do it. This patch really brings the familiar system to the next level. If you're playing a mod pack that includes Ad Astra, here's a fantastic add-on you won't want to miss. This mod introduces massive, uniquely designed dungeons to each of Ad Astra's 5 major planets: Mars, Venus, Mercury, the Glacio planet, and the Moon, significantly expanding your options for space exploration and combat-driven progression. Each dungeon is crafted with distinct planetary themes and challenge mechanics. Expect biome-specific mobs, branching layouts, and in some of the larger dungeons, even boss fights. They bring fresh atmosphere and high-stakes encounters to every world. Given that Ad Astra is already one of the most refined space mods out there, this add-on makes it feel even more complete. If you're into sci-fi adventures and planetary exploration, this is a must-have to deepen your off-world experience. Many of you have probably played with the Lost Cities mod, which lets you generate your world as an abandoned ancient city. Today's mod is an add-on for it, allowing you to set the world theme to Pomkots world, a sci-fi, post-apocalyptic style. Once in-game, you'll come across sprawling urban ruins, such as abandoned industrial factory zones, deserted port areas, and remnants of military bases. Scattered ruins like derelict gas stations, collapsed farmlands, and destroyed garages are also common. As with the original mod, if you're not satisfied with the default generation scale, you can tweak specific parameters in the configuration menu before creating the world. Keep in mind, this add-on is still fairly new, so some interiors remain rather empty. I recommend pairing it with zombie spawn mods and gun mods for a fully immersive apocalypse exploration experience. If you've grown tired of Lost City's usual city types, this add-on might just bring back that sense of novelty. Now let's take a look at a charming Farmer's Delight add-on, which introduces a beautifully themed collection of Japanese-style cuisine and decor. This mod adds over 100 new food items, ranging from directly edible dishes to fully placeable meals with high-quality 3D models. While it's not a furniture mod per se, it still includes a few well-textured tables and chairs that fit naturally into tea rooms or traditional homes. You'll also discover 5 new wild crops scattered across different biomes. But what really sets this add-on apart is its animal expansion. Unlike most Farmer's Delight add-ons that focus purely on food, this one adds 4 new animals, each with surprisingly polished animations that integrate smoothly into the game. Let's quickly look at a small quality of life mod. When rowing a boat in vanilla Minecraft, you might notice your view rotation is limited. The game caps your turning angle at a maximum of 210 degrees. This can feel a bit restrictive if you want to check behind you or take in a full panoramic view. Boat View 360 completely removes that limitation. With it installed, you can freely rotate your view a full 360 degrees while boating. It's a simple yet very handy feature that doesn't disrupt game balance, letting you better enjoy the scenery and keep an eye out for dangers behind you. Mob Repellent adds 3 sizes of braziers, and using them is simple. Just light them with a flint and steel. Once lit, they prevent hostile mobs from spawning nearby, with the coverage area varying depending on the brazier's size. If your builds are constantly plagued by unwanted mob spawns, this might be just the solution you need. Hey guys, if you're looking for a reliable Minecraft server, DatHost has got you covered with fast, easy-to-use hosting. Plus, if you use my discount link, you'll get 30% off your first purchase. They also offer a complete setup guide on their website and a 7-day money-back guarantee, so there's absolutely no risk. Give it a try and get your server up and running today.